So, like, for example, if we have, like, a gear case where the paint's, like, damaged or whatever, or, like, not good, but it's, like, I'm not 100% sure if it's, like, usable or not, so we have a button that you press, and it's, like, a call button, and then someone will come over if you need something, and then they'll get what you need or help you or whatever. So I see one that has, like, questionable paint. I'm not sure if we can use it. So I hit my button, and Charlie comes over, and he's like, yeah? I'm like, hey, what do you think of the paint on this one? Think this is okay to use or no? And he looks at it, and he's like, yeah, this one's no good. The paint is too bad for us to use this one. Do you have any extras here? And I'm like, no, we don't have any extras. In my mind, I'm like, well, if I had extras, I would just use an extra and not bother you. But, you know, I'm polite, and he's a cool guy. So I'm just like, no, we don't have any extras here. And he's like, okay, well, how many do you have left? And I go, well, I have 8 left, but there's 9 motors coming that need that gear case, so we're going to be short one if we don't use this one. And he's like, okay, so since that's a ways away, I'm going to go to the market to see if I can find one for you. The market is where they keep the racks of gear cases before they're brought out to us. So Charlie walks away, and I work on this. It's, you know, it's an assembly line, so time, like, doesn't stop. Like, the line keeps moving. So I put another one on, and now I'm down to 7. And I put another one on, then I'm down to 6. I put another one on, now I'm down to 5. And when you get down to 5, you're supposed to hit your button and let them know, like, hey, I'm down to 5. Like, it's an assembly line, so, like, if any station stops, that stops the entire line, and it backs up or whatever, and it's, like, not good. So you always want to try to avoid, like, a stoppage. So when you get low on something, you're supposed to hit your button and just let them know that you're down to 5 so that they can try to do whatever it takes to prevent the stoppage or whatever. So I hit my button, and Glenn comes up to me, and he's like, yeah? And I'm like, hey, I'm down to 5 gear cases left. He's like, you're down to just 5? And I'm like, yeah, there's 5, but we have 6 motors coming or whatever, so we're gonna be short one, so I'm down to 5, and you're supposed to hit your button when you're down to 5. I'm just letting you know. And so he looks, he sees the 5, and he sees the 6th one. He's like, well, what about this one? And I'm like, Charlie said the paint was bad on that one. And he's like, well, do you have any extras? I'm like, no, we don't have any extras. Charlie went to the market to see if there was an extra one there, but he didn't come back, and I just am down to 5 now, so I'm just letting you know I'm down to 5, you know? And he's like, okay, I'm gonna go find Charlie and see what's going on. So I'll be right back. So Glenn walks away, and, you know, it's an assembly line. Time doesn't stop. The line keeps moving. So Glenn walks away, and then I put another one on, then I'm down to 4. Then I put another one on, and then I'm down to 3. And then Glenn comes back, and he goes, okay, Charlie said there aren't any in the market. He got sidetracked. He was not able to come back and tell you, but he did confirm that there are none in the market. So what we're going to do is when the motor comes to your station that you don't have a gear case for, we're going to do a manual bypass. We're going to bypass it, like, through your station and send it through without a gear case. And then the people that do repairs are just going to have to put a gear case on it later. So I'm like, all right, no problem. So Glenn walks away. So then, like, I put another one on, and then I'm down to 2. Put another one on, then I'm down to 1. Put another one on, I'm down to 0. And then the next motor comes to my station. I do not have a gear case for this motor. So I hit my button, and Jim comes up to me, and he's like, yeah? And I'm like, all right, we're ready to send this motor through. And he's like, well, why are we sending it through? And I'm like, because we don't have a gear case for it. And he's like, well, what about this one? I'm like, Charlie said the paint was bad on that one. He's like, well, do you have any extras? And I'm like, no, we don't have any extras. He's like, oh, okay. I'm going to go to the market to see if I can find one. I'm just like, dude, Charlie already went to the market. Glenn confirmed that Charlie said that there weren't any in the market. And he said that when the motor comes to my station, that there's no gear case for it. I have it manually bypassed and sent through my station without a gear case. And then the repair people are going to have to put a gear case on it later. And he's like, oh, okay. Taps the computer screen a bunch of times with his, like, clearance or whatever. And then sends it through or whatever. I'm just like, good effing lord, dude. So in that scenario, nobody did anything wrong, but the end result is that it was way more fucking annoying than it needed to be.